Hey everyone, Mac here. We're doing Hitman Absolution, hard walkthrough. This is mission 4, Run for Your Life. You'll wake up in a burning building. Obviously, if you're looking for a different mission, you can find that in the playlist link below in the description or using the links in the top left and right of the screen. So you'll start this mission, just run through the area. You'll come outside, you'll have to scale the wall and go up this ladder. I get the achievement for getting a lethal throw kill right at the top of the ladder actually. You spawn with a knife, and if you press LT on Xbox to aim, you can throw it at someone's head. Just aim for their head. Once you see a red icon, you'll press RT and you'll get a knife kill by throwing, as you'll see me do right here. It's actually with 50 points. It's a pretty easy achievement. So wham, there it goes. And then from here I did take the police suit, although that's not completely necessary. Honestly, I don't know how to do this part without alerting any of the guards. It is quite hard on hard, and I feel like this mission's kind of intended to be like a run and gun mission. I don't remember the rating I get. I know I do the later half of the mission really well. I think I get a professional rating. Definitely not Silent Assassin, but I just kind of zoomed by it. If I had more instinct, I would have been able to make it through those guards without alerting them. And then just bust through these doors. You'll have a small cinematic that I've conveniently skipped for you, and you'll end up right here in the library. This part's a little hard, honestly. I do it a little bit of a longer way, I guess, or I take my time and I'm very cautious. I guess you could say that. You want to drop down here. On hard, you're going to have more enemies than on medium. So if you're on normal or easy, you won't have one of the enemies I sneak by here. And this part's actually a lot easier. Be prepared to fail this part 1 or 2 times if you don't time it exactly how I did. I try not to use my instinct so that I can save it for later. But basically, when that guy moves forward and that guy moves, you have about half a second to get by that second guy without letting him notice you. He still notices me, but not enough. I do make it to my checkpoint, and then once I make it to my checkpoint, I actually get caught. So once you trigger that checkpoint and they're not too suspicious of you, you can just restart that checkpoint right away, and they won't actually be coming towards you. Luckily, that's how this game works. From here, I like to release this light here. That's a challenge, so you'll work towards your challenges. I'll get an achievement. I don't know if it's on screen, as I think I'm doing this for the second time. That drops the lamp onto a few people and kills them, and also alerts a few of the guards. At this point, you actually want to turn around and head up a ledge. I sit here for a few seconds trying to wait and see if any of the enemies will come to get me. But I see up there's a guard. I'm hoping you can get up there somehow. If you go up this staircase right here, you can jump onto the ledge. You can climb up, and you can make it almost all the way to the door without much of a hassle. Again, if you have a lot of instinct and you're playing on an easier difficulty, you can actually walk through those doors and not even have to worry about anything. I try to make my way through it properly by dropping the lights to cause a commotion, and then I also try to throw a statue to make them walk the other way. But I end up just trying to circle around and walking through the doors using instinct. You'll see there's like 5 guys here. If you have full instinct, you can also try to start a point shooting if you've killed a guard with a gun, and you can try to get 4 of the guards there. Here I actually almost shit my pants because of this guy here. He actually doesn't notice me. He'll turn the other way as he turns. I'm going to try to pick up that statue head and throw it to kind of make them go the other way, but that didn't work. So what I ended up doing is I went down those stairs you see to my left. I circled all the way around to the other side. It's a symmetrical area. And then I came up the other stairs and went through those doors. Honestly, all you have to do is go through those doors, and then you can start running. So you don't really have to worry about whether or not you trigger people if you're just trying to complete the level. If you're trying to get a silent rating, you probably shouldn't be killing as many people with flying light fixtures as me. On the way up this little section, you'll actually be prompted on whether or not you want to release a chandelier for the people behind you. If you do that, you'll get a lot of minus points because you kill a lot of people, a lot of civilians. So I don't recommend you do that. I did it just because I didn't really, think about the consequences. I was just running away and pressed the button prompt as I heard it. So here you finally see me going downstairs and deciding that those guards aren't going to be moving anytime soon. Again, I'm just going to the other side to try to make way for myself. You really just want to take your time on hard, especially. You do have a checkpoint, so it's not that bad if you fail. You can keep that in mind. But again, when I made it this far, I didn't want to fail, so I did take my time. Obviously, that switch doesn't do anything now, as I did already release the light fixture onto the people below. So I did run out of instinct. If I had a little more, it would have been, better to go through this part, as they do get a little suspicious when you do walk by them. You want to try to sneak as far as you can without them noticing you. So I got all the way close to the door without them, really noticing me. And this is where you want to be. If you have instinct, you want to just walk through the door with your instinct. And if you're me, you're just going to run through it like a boss. At this point, you just want to keep running up the stairs. And then jump up onto that ledge, press up. And here's where you're going to cross the board. And you can choose to release the chandelier, which will kill all the people below. And you'll see me do that. And because of doing that, I get minus a few hundred points. And then you just go to the end of the door and complete your objective. Once you get through that door, you'll get another cinematic, and you'll end up right here where I am. And at this point, you actually run for your life. You have no choice. There's no way to trigger this without, having that helicopter see you. I crouch. I think it automatically crouches here, and then I try to run as much as I can using the sprint button, which on Xbox is LB. And you actually shouldn't die during this point, as I feel like it's just kind of like a scripted cinematic point where you control the character. I jump across here. I've actually watched someone else like sneak across there, so maybe there is a way of not making that chopper notice you. The best way to do this section is to crawl through this vent for sure. I spend a lot of time trying to wait out for my enemies to, kind of make it through their paces so I can sneak by without being detected. Although it does take me quite a while, probably 2 or 3 minutes of waiting to get by. So I might have to fast forward that for you guys. You'll see the chopper here trying to look for me. And there's 3 enemies in the background, maybe 4. I think there's 2 or 3 for sure. You want to sneak around to the left side and then use the cover. When on cover, you can sneak to the next cover by pressing A, and he'll kind of jump, and that's what you want to do, as like that. So it decreases your time in enemies' sights. Here there's actually breaks in the board, but they won't see you even if they have their lights on you through the boards. They'll only see you if they're looking directly at you. So at this point, I should have made my move and jumped to that next cover, but I didn't. And right now he's facing me, so I do try to wait it out. And there's my second chance to do it, and I did it. Okay, perfect. And at this point, you can try to wait it out and have that chopper not be looking at you and none of those enemies, and you want to make a break for that door. I'm really patient, and I waited out for a second, so we're going to fast forward just a little bit. So once you make it through the doors, you'll get to the next section of the map. I'll need a little graphical reminder. I got caught by the plane because I was stupid. I should have waited for it to circle around one more time. But you'll get into this huge grow-out plant that the cops are monitoring, and you can literally run through most of it here. You have to be careful once you get a little bit further. At this section here, you just want to sneak. I have full instinct. I'm not really sure why. I don't remember what I did. Probably for completing the objective. You just want to sneak by the grow-up here. There, I used instinct to not get caught a little bit too much. If I was a little bit more patient, he probably would have walked off, and I would have had a clear path to this checkpoint right across the door. I do recommend you trigger this checkpoint as early as you can. There's also a bong there if you want to do a challenge. From here, you want to turn to the right and have these 2 cops here. You'll want to wait for them to start a conversation and walk off. Once they do that, you can start kind of following them and going further in the map. there I just got a flashlight on me through the wall, which totally makes sense. Sorry if this commentary is a little dry. It's kind of hard to talk, you know, for 15 minutes straight about a mission here. But I'm trying my best to make it a little entertaining for you guys as I'm explaining what I did. So you can follow these guys pretty close without them noticing you. I'm on hard difficulty, as I stated earlier. And once they go through there, you can try to go for your objective, which is the door. Now, I do kill one cop, I think, so that I can get some instinct, as well as I think I take his uniform, because I thought there's like 2 different types of police officers here, and I thought it would help me get through the next chain of them. So actually, hopefully I subdue him. Yep, perfect. That will help increase my score if I were going for an assassin rating. At that point, oh, and he was also talking about a safe that I could get the code for, and I was hoping he would say it sometime, but he didn't. Anyways, we're gonna go. If you pull up instinct or look at the map right now, you're gonna see what the main objective is. I literally just walk up to it using instinct, and then once I'm at that door, you just press Y, and you should get that to trigger the next checkpoint without them noticing you. And that won't actually, even though they notice me here, you can see them all looking at me and it says the sky's blown. You won't get minus points. From what I noticed, they don't ever really move. Anyways, once you get, you know, to the bottom of the elevator, you want to take a left, go through the door, wait right here to kill this guy. And once you kill this guy, I suggest you hide his body into that crate just for extra points. If you don't want to hide it, you can just leave it there. No one will really find it. Once we do that, or once we embarrass ourselves and, you know, fiddle with the controls, we're going to take him, put him in, like I said, and we're going to continue down the hall and wait for all the enemies to move. They'll actually get an order that they need to go through the building, and they'll start running, so you actually won't even need to use any instinct or anything like that, and it's a good idea to want to save it as much as you possibly can. So if you just wait here, you won't get spotted, and they'll all start walking, and that'll give you a clear coast just to move forward. You want to make a break for that door when that last guy walks at least to the staircase so they won't notice you. Once he's a good distance away, you just walk normally through. I used a tiny bit of instinct just to make sure I didn't get spotted, as I didn't want to redo that whole section. This is the first crowd section and the first section of the game where it's kind of new mechanics to any Hitman fan. You have to walk through crowds to not get spotted by the cops. So here you see me walking through crowds, and when I see a cop, you kind of want to walk behind him and make sure you have people blocking his field of view towards you. It also helps if your back is turned towards where the cop is looking. The objective here is to turn off the switch, or rather reactivate the power lines to make the train on platform B stop. I'm going to show you the best way to do that. There's a really clear and easy way, which is like, well, not more of a clear way, it's to just walk up the stairs, but there's so many cops, you're going to use so much instinct, it's definitely not worth it. My method, you can sneak really easily through everybody, practically, and unfortunately, I think I do get, no, actually I don't get my disguise blown a single time here on hard. You want to get right here. Once you get to that ledge, you want to be able to get onto that ledge and pop through that window. Keep an eye out on the one police officer that's inside the building. He should have his back towards you, turned towards an employee talking to him. And if he's not, you want to play it off somehow. If you go through the building, you'll end up in a next to a ladder. If you go up the ladder, right at the top of the ladder, we have that switch. Pushing that switch is going to give us our next objective, which is 7,500 points. And I fast forwarded because I actually did a running around for 5 minutes and ended up back in the same spot and didn't do a thing other than use all my instinct. You're going to want to go through the door, and you have to take a right. So we started on platform A. We're going to platform B, which is across the walkway, and the only way to get there is across the walkway as far as I know. It's the easiest, fastest, and safest way. We just have to try to have all the police officers with their backs turned towards us, and we have to have a lot of people next to us, crowds, as that helps a lot. Every time you see me spotted here, I just try to go the opposite way, have people block my field of view from those, you know, cops, and just turn my back. You'll actually have little arrows probably showing up the entire time through here, and even though you see me slowing down time here and it looks like I'm in instinct mode, I'm actually not in instinct mode. That's just, you can still do that regardless of whether or not you have instinct. I just do it to slow down time, if that makes sense, so that I can see where I'm going and where all the cops are more clearly. So once we get past all those cops, you actually just run. You can sprint straight through to the bottom of these stairs, and once that happens, you'll get a countdown that the train will arrive in 60 seconds. I am fast forwarding it as I actually stand there for 45 seconds. And you want to move a little bit forward as the train does stop a little bit short. So you want to move a little bit forward and make sure you're in between two cops so that you can board the train properly. Once the train comes, it'll stop. Just walk through any one of the like 8 doors that open automatically, and you'll actually end the mission and get an achievement. It's 10 points for completing the mission, catching a ride on the train at the train station. And there we go. That's the achievement. This is the closing cinematic. I do not have the whole cinematic here, just a little bit. Actually, it's only 5 seconds long, so that's why I kept it. And we're going to see my score right after that. We're going to see how I did. I know I did really well in the train station. I know I didn't do that great in some of the other sections, like the helicopter section. But once we skip all these, we're going to preview my score, which I guess is a veteran. I don't know if that's any good, honestly. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in some of the other walkthroughs. Bye.